video ever, which is quite exciting, but this is me attempting to start a YouTube channel where I will be talking about books, travel, and it's inside a place for me to enjoy my creative side and explore it a bit while sharing it and having an area where it's not contained. Anyway, so the reason why I decided to do a YouTube channel / YouTube videos because I'm currently stuck in quarantine, and to amuse myself during this time I thought, why not? If ever, start it now. So this video is meant to be a bit of an introduction, how the channel's gonna work, who I am, and that. Yeah, so let's get started. Firstly, I am anime, pronounced like anime, just spelled a little bit differently. I'll just probably pop it over here. And my channel is called emptyinggulliversbucket. The point where it started was a few years ago when I was about 18. I started a blog and I was sitting around the dinner table with my parents and we were like trying to come up with ideas for what is it about, what am I going to call it and everything, and we decided to try and combine a few of my like passions, which is travel, reading, just a bunch of like little hobbies. And to do that I took the title of Gulliver's Travels and decided to say that yes, but I am emptying my bucket list of my travel destinations and such. So it was a combination of traveling, Gulliver's Travels along with emptying my bucket list, and Gulliver's Travels the book, and then the bucket list of my travels, so then I got Emptying Gulliver's Buckets. So that is the name, my Instagram, my blog, and now officially my YouTube channel. So the idea behind this is to just create a few videos, nothing too strenuous, because recently, as in a week ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, depends on when I put this up, I moved to Scotland, Glasgow, to become a student at the University of Glasgow and study English literature. And with this move I decided maybe I need to document like my moving in process, my books that I read that month, and travel. So if I travel somewhere, I'd like to like make a little video and just play around with it somewhere, and then this will become a platform for me to like share it maybe. So that's the idea behind it. And how this will work is I don't do TBRs. I'm a mood reader, like completely honestly. So there's no predetermined thing of what I'm going to read for a month. So it will probably be a video like at the end of the month, but I'm still going to figure out the kinks. Like, I mean, I'm not there yet. But it will be a video at the end of the month, which is a haul and like a wrap up of the month, as opposed to an actual TBR for the month and a book haul and a wrap up. So it's like just a all in one. Then I'd like to do that at the start of the month, and then maybe at the end of the month of my wrap up as well. And then throughout the month, other little tiny videos, well not tiny, but other little videos depending on what I do. So I'd love to get involved in making bookish activities and bookish crafts. So for example, a dress inspired by a book cover, or a recipe that was mentioned in a book, or my version of food that was described in a book, or maybe even just illustrate something, or a book nook, or anything like that. It will depend on how I feel, what ideas I have, and whatever. And along with that, I'd like to do reviews. So that is the plan, and that is the vision for now. So we'll see how it goes, and the first thing I'll be sharing is what I've been up to this month. Due to limited baggage space, I had to pick and choose the books that I wanted to take with me, and these are the books that I brought. First we have Hollow Kingdom by Kira Jane Buxton, about a foul-mouthed pet crow saving humanity from the apocalypse, with a pretty cover as well. Then we have The Thief on the Winged Horse by Kate Maskenhaus, which I've already read. It's about a family of toy makers with a special ability of imbuing emotions into their dolls, and an intruder that comes to throw their world upside down and reveal dark family secrets. It was quite fun to read. Then we have The Animals of Lockwood Manor by Jane Healy, about a woman in World War II who has to look after the taxidermy of the British Museum of Natural History, and the spooky goings on in this manor as she tries to keep them safe from harm. I haven't read it yet. Then we have A Winter's Promise by Christelle Jabot, which is a French translated young adult fantasy about a girl who can go through mirrors to visit different islands of her fractured world. It is part of a quartet, of which the last one was published recently. Then we have All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace, which I also read and absolutely loved. It is your typical young adult fantasy in the sense that it's not very gruesome, but the creativity, the mermaids, the pirates, the fluorescent flowers talked about constantly was just magical, and I really loved it as a whole. After that, we have The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner, and although the cover is beautiful and the idea of the book was really good, the execution didn't really do it for me. So I've already read it, but I did write a review on my blog that you can go take a look at if you want a more in-depth look into my opinion about this. After that, we have The Crowfirk, which I also read. It is by Mark Stay, and it was just a fun read. There were scarecrows invading a tiny town during World War II, and it was how the town members came together to save their world. Then we've got Flowers for Algenon by Daniel Keyes, and honestly I'm quite scared of reading this one, as my sister and I read the abridged version, which was 68 pages long, and it had me bawling my eyes out. So I can only imagine what the full-length novel will do to me, and it's quite terrifying in all honesty. Then we've got Paris by Starlight, which I've also read, and this was stunning. I've also written a review about this one if you want to go look at it. But Robert Dinsdale created a world that I just want to get lost in, but there is a few darker themes being explored, which means that it is multifaceted and multi-layered. Then we have Folk, which is about a little island with people that are not as they seem and has extra appendages and might be a little bit different looking. I haven't read it yet, but the cover is absolutely stunning, and I love the fact that there are little pictures all over. It brings me great joy to page through it and find all the little jewels, which are the extra pictures. Now we have this super pretty purple book called Burnt Sugar by Avni Doshi, about the differences in memory that people can have even though they lived it together. A mother remembers it one way, a daughter another, and it just seems like a very interesting family drama to read, which I need to get to soon. Then Max by Sarah Cohen Scarley. This one I do not recommend lightly. I buddy read it and it is traumatizing due to the harsh history that it portrays. It is absolutely beautiful, but it's a recommendation that I make with a bit of a warning. That is all for now. These are the books that I brought with me, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you for watching my first ever video.